You haven't lost yourself. You aren't gone. The past, better version of you is still here. It's very easy to think that, oh, because I blank, I don't do blank anymore, that past version of myself is gone. They're gone. It's not black and white. Life's not black and white. We live in the gray. Just because one part of our personality isn't as prevalent as it used to be, or the things that we used to do aren't as important to us anymore, doesn't mean that we are completely changed, that we lost that part of ourselves. It's simply just another facet of who we are has come to light. And I think when we recognize that our past self, the better version, isn't truly gone, but rather the person that we need to be right now is different. We might compare ourselves to who we once were. Smarter, better, faster, stronger. And we see them as someone in our past that we will never be able to live up to that. We will never be able to be as good as them because we've peaked. But think about all those things that you've been through, from the ideal person that you were to right now. That's a lot. That is a lot of things that the past version of you has not experienced yet. But the present you has. The present you knows what the past self doesn't know, hasn't experienced. So let that sink in. Just because it feels like we've lost that part of us, who have we found? What have we learned? How have we grown? Because it's so easy to think that the best is in the past of who we are. Now we're just here and we aren't as good as them, as our past self. But we have to remember that we have found so much more knowledge about what we like, what we don't like, who we are, what we want to do, what we like and dislike. And I think that is more than enough to say that you have grown since your past ideal self. Because you have, and you are growing. And just because maybe you're not as talkative, maybe you're not as lively or funny as the person of who you were, that just means that you get to learn so much more about a different part of you. Maybe the one who enjoys alone time, maybe the one who is able to be content within themselves. Because that's what's happened, at least for me. I feel like I've definitely been more reserved just because I shouldn't say none, I do like my roommate. The people that I'm with in my internship, we aren't very close just because we don't see each other very often. We're not in the same lab and so forth. And I think I've definitely found more peace within myself of doing things by myself and being able to unlock different parts of me that I didn't even know were there. Like in the past, I don't even know, this is my 8th week coming up. I guess technically 7 weeks. I have painted 8 paintings going on my 9th. This jam jar vibe. And I can literally after work pick up my painting and paint for hours. Would have never been able to do that last year. No, I'm trying to think. Literally this was Thursday, I called my PhD student and then left and drove an hour to go to just tour a different part of the state, the Providence. And I went to this like beach area, I went to this cafe, I went to this ice cream shop all by myself. I explored, then I got dinner by myself and read a book. And I've been learning how to be more content within myself and be able to do things by myself. And I do feel like I miss that really extroverted person of me, that side, because I love doing things with people and I love being able to share memories with other people. But sometimes I just don't want to. Like, I don't feel like going out. I don't feel like going to different places. Like, I just don't. So I don't. I truly go by, if it's not 100% yes, then it's a no. If I have to convince myself to go, then it's a no. Regardless of what anybody thinks, regardless of how lame I might look. At times I feel like I was just thinking, I've been like, oh man, I think I've like lost that extroverted part of me that I've been working so hard to create. But then I remembered, Emma, what else have you found? Because you've lost your extroverted self. I've learned to get back into painting. I've gotten into books. I've gotten into doing things by myself. I was definitely not comfortable doing that beforehand when I was surrounded by friends and being able to do things with everybody and anybody at any time that I wanted. That's what I found. Just because I've lost that extroverted part of me. And I mean, I am still extroverted. I still am. Maybe not with the people I interact with daily, but with strangers. I smile, I say hi, have a good day. All those different parts. And I think it's just another part of being able to learn more about you and what you want at the end of the day. I feel like I've had very much like a creative rut recently because I feel like I've been giving so much of like doing through art and reading, and that I just haven't been thinking a lot of reflecting on what's been going on. Because I feel like it's been very stressful because I have not had the motivation or I've had enough discipline, but not the truest discipline on getting my stuff done. But it ebbs and flows. I will admit that. Life ebbs and flows. Discipline and motivation ebbs and flows. Especially when there's no passion behind something. And so, I'm gonna leave you with this. Just because you are not feeling like your past self would, that doesn't mean that they're gone. But rather, another part of you, another side of facet of you is growing and learning and trying to figure it out. I kind of imagine a circle and you are very spiked in one area, and then you go maybe 10 degrees and you're very flat. And so you grow that spike 10 degrees away. I'm thinking of like 2 pi. The geeky person in me is like 2 pi r squared, like the whole entire circle and then like all the angles and whatever. But sorry if you don't get my reference, but like I was saying, the whole spiked idea. You're really good at this one point, but then you go over to a different part of your life and you're not very good. And you need to be developed. And you grow and you grow and you grow and you grow. But just because you finally have this one spike doesn't mean that you no longer have this spike, but rather maybe they're complementary spikes, that one can help the other and vice versa. So don't feel like you've lost yourself. Don't feel like you aren't the same person that you thought you were when you peaked. Because no matter what, you and your past self are different people. Because the things that you have gone through and you've developed. And you can continue to still have those traits, have those positive and kind traits. Even if they may not be as prevalent, you still have them within you. Food for thought.